Hi everybody, it's Mom with the Ask Mama channel, coming back at you with another little quick tip I want to show you. Okay, I removed the bladder from inside the box. No, I don't drink box wine, but I did commandeer the box because I wanted to show you this. I've been doing this for many years, since I went on a wilderness camping trip. Okay, so here is the near empty bladder. Well, it's quite a bit of vino in the bottom. I think that you can call that wine. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the opposite diagonal corner straight across the bottom, and I'm going to get rid of that wine that's in there, and then I'm going to rinse it out really, really well. I believe this is a single bladder, but some of them come with double bladders, double layer bladders, okay? So I'm going to get rid of the wine. I'm going to rinse it out, and I'll rinse it out through the spout, which will really clean it well. I think this is a single one. Yeah, feels like a single bladder, single layer bladder. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to rinse it out. Then I'm going to put about 50% water in it, and then I'm going to burp it as well as I can using this stool, because you have to kind of, support it, and it's a water bladder, so it's moving all the time. And then I'm going to seal it with my Food Saver sealer on the corner, and I'm going to lay it flat. Then I'm going to burp it again through the spout. Then I'm going to freeze it flat. Why, Mama? Why would you do that? Why would you do that with the old ugly looking wine bladder? Because that water, if you freeze it flat, will be a perfect square that will fit on the shelf in your freezer. I know because I have one freezing in there right now. Some people use them in warmer weather to keep their freezer colder. I use mine, since I live in cold climate, in my 5-day cooler when I go camping, okay? Because it's going to be a water source. You can use it for a water bladder. I see people selling these things online. I'm like, what are they doing? You can just make your own. You got to find somebody who likes box wine and then steal their bladder. Bladder harvesting. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I cut the opposite end. Is it dripping water? Yeah. I cleaned it. I ran it through the spout. Now, I was wrong. This was not a single bladder. This is a double layer bladder. So, with regards to whatever this stuff is. And you cheap winos out there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You can use these bladders for everything. If you've got a Food Saver, you can seal that edge off. You can put juice. You can put the good wine in there that you don't want to bring the bottle camping. You can bring juice for the kids. You can bring, fill it up. You don't want to fill it up more than halfway if you're going to freeze it, though, because it's nice to have a block, a square, thin block, because they fit perfectly in a 5-day cooler. So now I'm going to put the water in it, and I'm going to burp it as best I can. I use the stool just because it supports it. It's a water bladder. It's going to be moving. And then I'm going to seal off that opposite corner right there, and then I'm going to freeze it. Or if I want to go hiking and I want to just throw water in my backpack, guess what? Or you want to bring water for your dogs, you're going hiking with the dogs and you've got your water bottle, do the same thing. Put about, fill it a third to halfway. A third to halfway from that open end. Try not to get any water between the layers. So, you'll have to manipulate it as best you can. And of course we dropped it. Hold on. I got to rinse it again. But anyway, you can seal it, as long as you've got a Food Saver, like I said before, you can seal it up in that opposite end, and you can take it with you, throw it in the back of your backpack, take it, camping. They're pretty durable. I've never had one break on me. I went on a 5-day, 80-some mile wilderness whitewater trip, where you have to pack it in and pack it out. And you got to pack in and pack out several times, okay? It's like you go 10, 20 miles and you get out, you unpack, you set things up, and the next day you break it down, then you pack up the boat, and this goes on for days for some trips. So you want to think about the most least cumbersome, easy to travel with. You know how you can store something within something within something? This goes in my 5-day cooler. I've put minestrone soup. I've put juice. I haven't done dairy. Just thought of that kind of, ugh. But I have brought good wine on a camping trip. But mainly water, because it'll stay in that 5-day cooler for as long as you need it. And even on the 5th day, I remember when we came back, I still had brought 2 or 3 of these in that 5-day cooler. And then, put whatever perishable foods that were in there that we wanted or needed, and milk for coffee, stuff like that. Yeah, I don't like the creamer stuff. Anyway, and it was still cold. And I drank that water on the last day when we were driving back home at the end of the trip. All I wanted to do was get home. I didn't even want to stop. I mean, obviously we had to stop for gas, but I didn't want to. I just wanted to get home, and back into, a comfortable place and a nice warm shower and all that stuff. Anyway, so I had this water and I drank it and I said, oh, please don't taste like wine. Please don't taste like, and it didn't. It was wonderful, and I was glad and happy to have it, because sometimes you'll run out of things when you're camping or hiking. What if you get delayed? What if your car breaks down? What if? In the summertime, I know a lot of people that always have a cooler in their vehicle. You can freeze it in whatever shape you want. If you want to cut it in half and seal it again with the food saver sealer, you can do that. Your imagination is limitless with what you can do with these bladders. And I can't believe that people actually just throw these away, when they can be used. And I see them online being sold for so much money, water bladders. But anyway, I'm going to put the water in it, and then I'm going to seal it up, and I'll show you what it looks like after I'm done. Okay, so now I'm going to lay it across gingerly and support it under this stool because it's counter height. And I'm going to seal it off. And then guess what? You use this spout to burp all the air out, or as much as you can. It's actually very simple to do, but I need 2 hands, so I'll be right back. That was just to prove a point that you can't seal it. I mean, you can't vacuum it and seal it. Poor Mama's eyes. Okay. Now, there you go. It's sealed. Hold on. I'll show you. I'll show you without hopefully dropping it. I need 2 hands. Opening it up. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? It is almost identical to that. And I'll hit it a couple times, but I'll be honest with you, I've never, ever, ever, ever had one break on me. So here I am on the stool here. There's lots of air. See this big puppy? I'm going to burp it from the spout as best I can. You're going to get a couple of drops of water on you, but hey, it's water, not cat pee. It's all good. Okay, so I'm going to burp it. Look at that. Perfect square, like that. There you go. You can put it on a cutting board if you want. But they all fit on the freezer. See, they're all sealed edges. You're doing the opposite edge right there. I've never had one break on me, ever. And wilderness camping isn't for sissies, so it held up very well. Now, think about another thing you can do. Instead of sealing it at the edge, like I did here, boy, that looks nasty, doesn't it? Instead of sealing it at the edge here, come in, because you can pick it up. The water's going to go to the other side. Maybe seal it down here. Why? Why, Mama? Why would you do that? Because guess what? You could poke a hole through this and you could hang it while you're camping. Hey, who wants to wash up after a hard day of fishing and camping, right? So you can hang it up. So make that seal or that seam where you want it. You want it. Do you want it, 1 inch down, 2 inches down, 3 inches down, 4 inches down, 5 inches down? You can do whatever you want. It lays flat. It's not that heavy. And you'll have water at the campsite. If you want to wash your hands for the kids, whatever. Drinking, you decide what you want to do with it. Okay? I'll be right back. I just grabbed a cutting board. I just wanted to show you how thick it is right now. See, it's not that thick, but there's air in it. So when you push this, and you press down on this air, or you can literally kind of roll it up, that air is going to move forward here. And you're going to get 90+% of all that air out of there. And remember, it's a double bladder, so there might be air in between those. But when they freeze up, they freeze up. If you freeze them flat, they'll stay flat. If you need them in a smaller cooler, roll them up like this. Look at this. Fold it up like this. Say, Mama, I've got a small cooler. I don't have a big cooler. Fold it up like that. Pinch the ends. Freeze it. It'll fit in a smaller cooler. Okay? So basically what I'm going to do with this one is you'll be able to hear the air come out too. No, you can't hear it. Okay. Oh, I can feel it. I can feel that air coming out. I'm going to let go. Look at that. Took a lot of the air out right there. A lot of the air came out right there. So I'm going to finish doing this, and then I'm going to put it in the freezer. But remember, you can use it for many, many things. You can use it for drinking water. Put in as much water as you think you can carry if you want to throw in your backpack if you're hiking with your dogs. If you want to put juice in it for the kids. If you want to put the good stuff, the good wine that you don't want to bring a glass bottle with you camping, you can use this. This is a very sturdy edge. These food savers are really good when it comes to sealing. Not so good for me for vacuuming. I haven't had that good luck. But I use it a lot for sealing, and they work great. Okay, so you all have a good day, and I'm doing this on my phone, so I can't really show you what I've got in the... I can show you one that I have in my freezer. Hold on. Okay, so this is one from a different wine company that has a different spout on it. It has the turn spout on it. This is going to freeze. It is very, very thin. I don't know if you can even see. That's not a very good picture, is it? Because I'm pointing into the light. And it's sitting on top of a pizza box with thermometer and meat lasagna. Yeah, I make my own, but the frozen ones at the Costco are really good. Okay, so this is the one that I have here. Remember, make friends with winos. I'm just kidding. That didn't sound nice. But we're talking about water storage, okay? Water to take with you in the summertime, in a cooler in your car. Juice for the kids when you're camping. Water to wash with that you can hang up if you do the corners right, you know? If you do the corners in, is just, you know, you can do them as many times as you want. Say, you know, 2, 3, 4 times. And that goes with the size as well. Fold it over, pinch it before you freeze it. If you want it smaller, it's up to you, whatever you want to do. And it looks like both of the ones I did had double bladders in them. So that's what you're seeing here. This air is not the water. It's the double bladder. But as soon as it freezes, it'll come out. The air. Okay, so I hope I enlightened you a little bit. You guys are like, hey, Mom, we've been doing this for years. Okay. Alrighty, so I guess that's it. Enjoy. Why am I doing this? I mean, I've got like 3 feet of snow outside, but I thought, you know what? I commandeered these 2 boxes, and I thought, I'm going to make a video on this. I wonder if people even know about it. Because these people that are selling these bladders online, that's just not, you don't need to do that. And wow, how great is it to be able to take liquids with you camping that you've frozen and sealed, or you sealed and you've frozen, for the kids, so they don't have to suffer, you know, without what they want. Oh, there's Dolly Bell. Somebody's here. Gotta go. Love you guys more than time can tell. Bye-bye.